All right. Right hand, fist, power. Left hand, fingers together. Friendship, tucking in the thumb. Humility, fist into the palm. Welcome. Good to see everyone. By the way, an interesting story about that. So that is traditional Chinese bow. Um, Interestingly, as I hear the story, so in ancient China, there were like 13, 15 different languages spoken. And when you walked around, when you wanted to travel, you only the rich had horses. So hardly anybody had horses. So if you went from village to village, you would walk. Um, the people you would meet wouldn't speak the same language as you. So they used this symbolism to just as a sign of respect. However, as I understand it, like if you held the hand flat like this, it was nice friendly meeting. Everybody was good. Some of the guys like to prove they were bigger than the other guy, right? And so some of them would kind of curve their hand like this, mean, let's throw down till one of us is, not standing anymore, just to prove who's the better guy, right? And then there was this one where you wrap the hand around the fist. That's one of us isn't going to walk away from this fight. So that's as I understand. So you want to keep your hand flat when you do that, right? Because we're friendly people here, right? I always thought it was kind of. I'm sorry. Oh, too low. Okay. I have a weapon. Yes. Same reason for a salute. Yeah, for the salute because that most people are right-handed. So by saluting, you're showing you have an empty hand. And I've also heard that and I was told this by an Englishman, like the Brits used to wear their hats really low. So their salute is the right hand, but they push the hat up so you can see their eyes and their hand is open. So, and when you do this bow, a lot of people in the martial arts will actually take the hand and rotate the hand out when they do this to show you that again, you don't have a weapon in the hand, that they're not holding on to a knife or anything like that. So they'll rotate the hand out. It's interesting when you look back at history and all that stuff, right? So deep breathing to get us started from the Wuji position. Nice gentle bend in the knees. Inhale the hands up. And exhale, relax the hands down. Inhale and exhale. Tired already. Inhale and exhale. Push the hands in front of us next. Inhale to the heart and exhale. Inhale. Exhale the hands down. Big, deep belly breath in. Long, slow breath out. Inhale and exhale. One more time. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Nice. Arms over the head next. Inhale to the heart and exhale. Inhale 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 and exhale. Arms to the side. Inhale to the heart and exhale. Inhale. Exhale the hands down. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale, just between songs. One more time. Inhale and exhale. Inhale Exhale the hands down. Giving a big hug. Inhale the arms up. Keep inhaling the arms open. Exhale, pushing the hands together. Keep exhaling as you float the hands down. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Arms in the diagonals. Inhale to the heart. Left up, right down. Exhale. Good posture. Good job. Inhale to the heart. Right up, left down. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale to the heart. Exhale, relax the hands down. I can barely hear the music at this point. Flap the arms like bird wings. Big, deep belly breath in. And long, slow breath out. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. And lastly, gathering chi. Big, deep belly breath in. And long, slow breath out. Inhale. And exhale. Nice and slow. Nice and slow. Inhale. And exhale. Float the hands down. Slower, better. There you go. That's our deep breathing. Everybody good? Good job on slow. All right. You guys having fun? All right. Oh, I have the perfect room full of guys, sports fans. Yeah, I've got a good joke for you. I want to make sure I get it right. You have to laugh like you haven't heard it before, okay? Where is it? That's not it. That's not it. Ah, there was a tornado warning in Texas. People were sent to the Cowboys Stadium because there was no chance of a touchdown there. Do we have any Dallas fans here? No, I didn't think so. Like no chance of a touchdown there. All right, warm-up exercises from the Wuji position. Going to start with the chin tuck, floating the hands up, hands to the chest, tucking in the chin, looking straight ahead. Hands come out, chin gently floats up, and then we sink the chin down to the chest. Again, we float the hands up in front of us, tucking in that chin, keep looking straight ahead, keep the shoulders relaxed. Hands come out, chin gently floats up, and then we sink the chin down to the chest. One more time, floating the hands up in front of us, hands to the chest, tucking in the chin, keep looking straight ahead. Hands come out, chin gently floats up, and then we sink the chin down to the chest. Beautiful. Next neck exercise, looking side to side, prayer hand position. Tai Chi ball, right hand is on top. Watching the left hand going over the left shoulder, looking left, pushing down on the right. And we come back to center. Left hand is on top, watching the right hand going over the right shoulder, looking right, pushing down on the left. And we come back to center. Right hand's on top, left hand, left shoulder, looking left, pushing down on the right. And we come back to center. Now the left hand is on top. Watch the right hand going over the right shoulder, looking right, pushing down on the left. And we come back to center. One more time. Right hand's on top. Left hand, left shoulder, looking left, pushing down on the right simultaneously. And we come back to center. Left hand's on top, right hand, right shoulder, looking right, pushing down on the left. And we come back to center, back to prayer hands. Exhale, relax the hands down. They should make it a prerequisite for this class that you have to know your right from your left, right? But that would disqualify me from teaching it. So that's the problem. So luckily they don't do that. Forward, that was funny, by the way, just to remind you. So forward shoulder circles next, bringing the shoulders back and then up, then forward without leaning forward and down. Back, up, forward, and down. Back, up, forward, and down. Now reverse. Shoulders forward, then up, then back, and down. Forward, up, back, and down. One more time. Forward, up, back, and down. Awesome. Oh. Hang on, let me replace my mic. It was on better than I thought it was. Gathering chi, gently reaching for infinity. Gently, we're reaching out, reaching up, opening, expanding the body. And relax the hands down, nice and gentle. Gently reaching out, reaching up. And relax the hands down, nice and gentle, nice and slow. One more time, gently reaching out, reaching up. And relax the hands down. Awesome. Good job. All right. Touching heaven and earth. The excitement continues to build. Prayer hand position. Left hand up, right hand down, stretching the spine. And back to center. Right hand up, left hand down, gently stretching the spine. And back to center. Left hand up, right hand down, floating the head towards the ceiling. And back to center. Right hand up, left hand down, gently stretching the spine. And back to center. One more time. Left up, right down, floating the head towards the ceiling. And back to center. Right hand up, left hand down, gently stretching the spine. And then we come back to center, back to prayer hands. Relax the hands down, carrying the ball side to side. Prayer hand position, try to not move the hips. Tai Chi ball, left hand is on top, gently turning to the left. Turning the ball over, right hand's on top, and then gently turn to the right. Turning the ball over, left hand's on top, gently turning to the left. Turn the ball over, right hand's on top, gently turn to the right. Turning the ball over, left hand's on top, gently turn left. Turning the ball over, right hand's on top, gently turn right. And then we turn the ball over, we come back to center. Relax the hands down. Awesome. Shake those legs loose. Get a drink of water if you want. We're going to do one more exercise. Then we'll do some seated exercises. Guys excited? What was was that? Pardon? You guys look like it. I mean, just I can feel the effervescence overflowing. All right. So, leg strengthening exercise. Keep the knee bent, keep the body straight. Please use your chair. I want you to stay safe, okay? So, weight shifts to the left, bending the left knee, right foot, cat stance. Tap right toe to the front, empty. And cat stance. Tap right toe to the side, empty. And cat stance. And then tap the right toe behind us. Keep plenty of space between the feet. Good job. Cat stance. And back to Wu Ji. Awesome. Pause for just a second. Quick reminder, as you come into the cat stance and bring the foot forward, sideways, doesn't matter the direction, make sure that you're stepping so I'm not sliding my foot across the ground. I'm stepping out, stepping back. So I'm not sliding my foot, but I step. That picking up of the knees to be a muscle memory thing, okay? Weight shifts to the left or right. How about the other left? See, I don't know right from left. The other left, right, bend in the right knee, left foot, cat. Tap left toe to the front, keep all your weight right. And cat stance. Tap left toe to the side, keep all of your weight right, use your chair. And cat stance. And then tap left toe behind us. Plenty of space between the feet. And cat stance. And back to Wu Ji. Awesome. Shake those legs loose. Feel that one on your legs? Yeah, that's an easy one to feel on your legs, isn't it? You guys want to do chapter 2? No. You can. You can sit down if you want. So you don't have to do chapter 2. My goal is not to wear you out. My goal is to strengthen your legs. Because, oh, man. Wow. That was weird. That was weird. My knee. Huh. All right. We're not going to do chapter 2 right now. All right. Yeah, we're going to save that. That was weird. I got like a stinger in my knee. Yeah, we're going to wait on that. All right. So let's have a seat. Yeah, I don't think I want to do that again. Dang. I don't want to put any weight on it right now. No, it's coming back. It's feeling better now. Yeah. You guys want to rest as long as you can, right? Huh. That was weird. Sorry about that. Okay, Kim, cut that out. All right. Wow, that was weird. I haven't had that. I mean, I have very few injuries for working as hard as I do and everything. I have very few injuries from it. Interesting. Well, glad the other leg was strong enough to hold me. So, yeah, we're going to skip chapter 2. You were right. Skip chapter 2. All right. So, hip exercise, side to side. Everybody knows this one well. All right. Keep the knee directly above the ankle. Okay. So, we're sitting up nice and straight and tall, sitting up on the edge of the chair, feet flat on the floor, 90-degree bend between the upper and the lower leg. We're going to turn to the right hand side of the chair. Prayer hand position. Gently push against that imaginary right wall, opening up the left leg. And then we come back to center. Again, pushing against the right wall, opening up the left leg. And back to center. One more time, right wall, left leg. And we come back to center. Relax the hands down. Now shift to the left hand side of the chair. Same thing. From the prayer hand position, gently pushing against the left wall, opening up the right leg. And back to center. Pushing against the left wall, opening up the right leg. Concentrate on the legs. Don't worry about the hands. And we come back to center. One more time, pushing against the left wall, opening up the right leg. Hold that for a moment. Keep that upper body straight. We come back to center. Relax the hands down, turn back to center, and shake those legs loose. Good job. All right. So moving on, we're going to do second hip exercise. So we're going to do 2 motions with the leg, lifting the leg up, pushing the leg down. Keep the body straight, keep the back straight, and don't forget that smile. Sitting up nice and straight and tall, lifting up the left leg, hands behind us, keep the back straight, and relax. Hands in front of us, pushing down on the left foot, hard as you can. Push, 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 and relax. Lifting the left leg up, hands are behind us, keep the back straight, and relax. Hands in front of us, pushing down on the left foot, hard as you can. Push, 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 and relax. One more time, lifting the left leg up, hands are behind us, keep that back straight, good job, and relax. Hands in front of us, pushing down on the left foot, hard as you can. Push, 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 and relax. Now, right leg. Lifting the right leg up. Hands are behind us. Keep the back straight. Good job. And relax. Hands in front of us, pushing down on the right foot. Hard as you can. Push, push, push. And relax. Lifting the right leg up. Hands are behind us. And relax. Hands in front of us, pushing down on the right foot. Hard as you can. Trying to drive it through the floor. And relax. One more time, lifting the right leg up, keeping the hands behind us, keeping the back straight, and relax. Hands in front of us, pushing down on the right foot, hard as you can. Push, 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 and relax. Beautiful. Shake those legs loose. Awesome. All right. On to a knee exercise, which apparently I need. Yes, you had a question? Not necessarily. I had a little stinger. I don't know if it's a problem. So, no, no. Who's scratching? Sound like somebody who's scratching, right? All right. So, we're going to do a heel kick. We're going to do 4 motions with the leg. Lift the leg up, kicking the leg out, lifting the leg back up, floating the foot to the ground. Keep your back straight, keep your body straight. So I'm not doing that when I lift up. I'm not doing that when I lift up, or I'm not doing that. All right? Remember to kind of gently lift your head up. That will help you. Okay? We're going to punch out the opposite hand and smile the whole time. So, hands are loose. I got more dad jokes, so if you don't smile, you get more dad jokes. So, your choice, right? Picking up the left leg, heel kick left, punching out right fist. Picking up the left leg and then floating the foot to the ground. Picking up the right leg, heel kick right, punching out left fist. Picking up the right leg and floating the foot to the ground. Picking up the left leg, keep the body straight, heel kick left, punch out right fist. Picking up the left leg, floating the foot to the ground. Picking up the right leg, heel kick right, punching out left fist. Picking up the right leg, floating the foot to the ground. We're going to do 2 more. Picking up the left leg, heel kick left, punching out right fist. Picking up the left leg, floating the foot to the ground. Picking up the right leg, heel kick right, punching out left fist. Picking up the right leg and floating the foot to the ground. One more time. Make sure you're sitting up nice and straight and tall. Picking up the left leg, heel kick left, punch out right fist. Picking up the left leg, floating the foot to the ground. Picking up the right leg, heel kick right, punching out left fist. And then we pick up the right leg and float the foot to the ground. Beautiful. Shake those legs loose. All right. So scoot back in your chair, relax for a moment. Apparently somebody's messing with my music. It's probably you. You're the one who you're the one who complains about it all the time. You know I'm teasing, right? All right. So there is a couple that I teach on Tuesdays and Fridays, but they were on vacation, so I didn't see them till last Friday. But they relayed to me a very interesting story. They'd just gone on a cruise up to Iceland. And it was him and his wife and his two brothers and his two sister-in-laws all went on the cruise. They did different stops in Iceland and everything. And at one stop, there were some loose stones, like kind of like stepping stones, but the stones were loose and kind of moist, had some water on them. And so he talked about stepping out empty and how important it was that he would like step out empty and check the stone and it would wobble, so he'd move his foot to a different spot where the stone didn't wobble as much or was not as slick. And he said it helped him when he did that. So he was telling his brothers and his sister-in-laws about how important it was to step out empty and demonstrating it to them and all of that. Well, later on in the trip, they encountered a trail that was fairly steep grade downhill, loose gravel on the trail. And so he was stepping out empty and shifting his weight, stepping out empty, shifting weight. He said, number one, his legs were much stronger. He could tell because he's been doing Tai Chi. But he said it was very important to be stepping out empty. His sister-in-law, however, didn't listen to his advice. And so when she would step out, she put weight on the foot immediately when she would do that. So what happened to her was she fell and broke her ankle. So luckily it was towards the end of the trip, and it was a hairline fracture, but nonetheless, she fractured her ankle. So something as simple as stepping out empty can be very, very important for everybody in this room. She did not have Parkinson's disease. She didn't have anything that I was aware of. He didn't say she had any medical condition. But stepping out empty, just a small thing like that, can make such a huge difference. Okay? So make sure you're doing that, because it's hard to believe, but in about 2 months, it's going to be cool outside. There's going to be leaves on the ground. They're going to get wet and they get slicker than snot. All right? And those wet leaves are in some ways even slicker than ice. So use that empty step to keep you safe. Okay? All right. Any questions about that? So we practice that. It's a really good place to practice as when we do the bow stance, or that exercise we did before we sat, past tense. Before we sat down, that exercise we did, that's a really good way to make sure you're stepping out empty. Okay? All right. Heel kick, or I'm sorry, we did heel kick, toe kick next. So same thing, just pointing the toe forward. All right? Hands loosely gripped at the belt line, sitting up, nice and straight and tall. Left leg, pick up the left leg, toe kick left, punching out right fist. Picking up the left leg, floating the foot to the ground. Picking up the right leg, toe kick right, punching out left fist. Picking up the right leg, floating the foot to the ground. Picking up the left leg, toe kick left, punch out right fist. Picking up the left leg, floating the foot to the ground. Picking up the right leg, toe kick right, punching out left fist. And picking up the right leg, floating the foot to the ground. All right, 2 more. Make sure you're sitting up straight and tall. Picking up the left leg, toe kick left, punching out right fist. Picking up the left leg, floating the foot to the ground. Picking up the right leg, toe kick right, punching out left fist. Picking up the right leg and floating the foot to the ground. One more time. Picking up the left leg, toe kick left, punch out right fist, opposite hand. Picking up the left leg, floating the foot to the ground, picking up the right leg, toe kick right, punching out left fist. And then we pick up the right leg and float the foot to the ground. Beautiful. Shake those legs loose. Good job. Questions about any of those exercises? All right, let's stand up if you're able to, which is my problem, right? All right, ankle exercise. Weight shifts to the right, bend in the right knee, left foot, touch heel and toe. Heel, toe, heel, toe, heel, toe. 2 more times. Heel, toe, heel, toe, heel, and toe. Then shift weight to the left. Bend in the left knee, right foot, heel, and toe. Heel, toe. Try to not move the leg, move the ankle. Heel, toe, heel, toe. 2 more times. Heel, toe, heel, and toe. Shifting weight back to the right, left foot touching little toe, and then big toe. Outside, inside, little toe, big toe, outside, and inside. Then shift weight to the left, right foot, little toe, and big toe. Outside, inside, little toe, big toe, outside, and inside. And then we come back to Wu Ji. Awesome. Any questions on those exercises at all? All right. So let's do our forward and backward hip exercise. Now, if you're seated, you're going to do the exercise where you're lifting the knee up, pushing the foot down. You're going to do that same exercise when you're seated. Okay? Standing, we're going to touch the heel in front of us empty, touch the toe behind us empty, keeping the back and the body straight. Don't forget we're lifting the knee as we touch the heel, lifting the knee as we touch the toe, and keeping plenty of space between our feet. And smiling the whole time while we're doing that, right? So weight shifts to the right, bending the right knee, empty left heel. And then we lifting the knee, empty left toe. Make sure you're stepping wide when you do this. Lifting the knee, empty heel. And then lifting the knee, empty on the toe. Much nicer. Lifting the knee, empty on the heel. And then lifting the knee, empty on the toe. And we come back to center. Shifting weight to the left, bending the left knee. Right foot, empty heel, lifting the knee, empty toe. Make sure you're stepping wide when you do this. Lifting the knee, empty on the heel, and empty on the toe. Make sure you're stepping wide. Empty on the heel, and empty on the toe. Make sure you're stepping wide when you do that. From this angle, it does not look like that. I'm not trying to be rude. I'm trying to let you know, because how would you know otherwise, right? So when we're stepping back, make sure that you're stepping wide. So it looks like, yeah, from this angle, you're almost on a tightrope at this point. So move your back foot out, out. There you go. Yeah. Well, and that's what you want to do. When you step back empty, it's like, oh, there's a chair there. So I need to move my foot a little bit. That's much nicer. Again, I am not trying to be mean at all. Okay. Well, there's a joke there somewhere. It's actually called grasshopper, but yeah, close enough. Yeah, exactly. Nice. I like that. Bonus points if you can name his master. Although I think you remember Scott's in another class. So I think I actually covered this. So in the TV series Kung Fu, he was known as Grasshopper. So that's why we refer to that. Do you remember what the master's name was? Bonus points. Pardon me? Yeah. Yeah. Well, he was Grasshopper, but the master's name was, yeah, the character's name. I don't know the character's name, but his on-screen title was Master Po, P-O. So Master Po was the one who was kind of going blind or couldn't see, but was his master. So, all right, empty step. So I just talked about this and how important it is. All right. So one of the ways that you can make sure you're stepping out empty is letting that foot kind of float over the ground and then setting the foot down. All right. If you're able to let that foot float, you know you're truly stepping out empty. Okay. So let's work with just the feet first. All right. So weight shifts to the right, bend in the right knee, kind of hover that left foot over the ground, stepping out empty. Then you set the left foot down, still no weight on it. And then you shift about 70% of your weight to the left. Make sure you're stepping wide when you do this, all right? Weight shifts back, all the weight's on that right foot. Now with that left foot, kind of pick that foot up, let it float over the ground once again, and then you come back to Wu Ji. If you can do that, you're truly stepping out empty, all right? So now weight shifts to the left, bend in the left knee, empty, right foot out in front of us, setting the right foot down, shifting about 70% of the weight to the right, and then weight shifts back. So now as we pick up the right foot, let it hover once again, and then we come back to center. Awesome. So now let's do the same thing, but let's add the hands if you're able to. If you need to hold on to the chairs, please do. All right? Weight shifts to the right, stepping out empty, left foot. Shifting left, punching right, bow stance. Keep that back heel down. Weight shifts back and come back to center. Make sure that you're stepping wide when you do this. Make sure that when you step out, you're not stepping short. Make sure you keep that width between the feet, okay? Weight shifts to the left, stepping out, empty right. Shifting right, punching left, bow stance. Weight shifts back, Jen's here, and come back to center. Weight shift to the left, or I'm sorry, weight shift to the right, 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 stepping out, empty left, shifting left, punching right, bow stance. Weight shifts back and come back to center. Weight shifts to the left, stepping out, empty right, shifting right, punching left, bow stance. Weight shifts back and come back to center. Let's do that one more time. Weight shifts to the right, stepping out, empty left, shifting left, punching right, opposite hand. Weight shifts back and come back to center. Now shift weight left, stepping out, empty right, shifting right, punching left, bow stance. Weight shifts back and come back to center. Awesome. Good job. All right. So let's have a seat. Let's do a few more exercises, but we'll do them from the chair. All right. Pardon me? Chairs are really good. So I'm going to give you a couple different ones today. So first, move where I can see everybody. All right, so let's do a hand exercise. Let's do 2 hand exercises, all right? But still sit up on the edge of the chair, feet flat on the floor, 90-degree bend, roll forward on the pelvis, heads lifted by the silk thread. Hand exercises. So holding, opening, stretching the palms, touching the thumb to the palm, and then stretching the hand out. Touching the pointer finger to the palm, not the thumb, but to the palm, and then stretching the hand out. Touching the middle finger to the palm, and stretching the hand out. Touching the ring finger to the palm, nice and slow, and then stretching the hand out, and then touching the pinky to the palm, and stretching the hand out. Go ahead, shake those hands loose. Notice how when you're doing that, you feel your muscles in your arm contracting, especially doing the middle finger and the ring finger. You feel the muscles in your arm tightening up when you do that. Just the way our body is created, all the muscles for our hands are back in our arms. Okay? Second hand exercise, pointer finger and thumb. Make a nice, beautiful circle. Interlock those 2 circles together. Touch the tips of the other 3 fingers, gently pushing the palms towards one another. Notice my arms are roughly parallel to the ground. And then relax the hands. Then move to the middle finger and thumb. Make a nice circle. Interlock the 2. Tips of the other 3 fingers, gently pushing the palms towards one another. Yeah. And relaxing the hands. Then ring finger and thumb. Interlock the 2 circles, tips of the other 3 fingers. It gets more exciting as we go. Gently pushing the palms towards one another. And relax. And then finally, this is the funnest one, the pinky and the thumb. Make a circle, interlock the 2, tips of the other 3 fingers, gently pushing the palms towards one another. Again, my arms are roughly parallel to the ground. And relax. Beautiful. So 2 things. Number 1, when you're doing that exercise, try not to have your shoulders up here. Try and keep the shoulders relaxed. It's hard to do. The other thing is look at your palms. They're probably nice and flush. They're probably nice and red now. That's a really good way to increase hand circulation, okay? Next exercise for the neck. Imagine you have a pencil in your mouth and you're drawing the number 8, but it's laying on its side, not vertical, but it's horizontal. All right? So nice and gentle. I call this the Rice Krispies exercise because your neck makes all kinds of sounds. Try to not move the upper body, try and move the neck. And when you get to the center, stop and reverse. Amazing how much noise your neck can make, isn't it? When you get to the center, stop. All right. Let's do a shoulder exercise and we'll call it a day. All right. So taking your left hand, put it on the upper part of your left chest. Now we're going to make a circle with our elbow, but the goal is to keep our upper body straight. So I'm not leaning as I do this. All right. So make whichever size circle is comfortable for you, but we're going to start by going back. So bring the elbow back and then up, do what's comfortable for you, then forward and down. Nice and easy. Back, up, forward, and down. Back, up, forward, and down. Now reverse. forward, up, back, and down. Forward, up, back, and down. One more time. Forward, up, back, and down. Awesome. Same thing, other side. Right hand, upper part of the right chest. Forward circle. So shoulder back, then up, or elbow. Forward and down. Keep that upper body nice and straight. Elbow back, up, forward, and down. One more time. Back, up, forward, and down. Now reverse. Shoulder forward, then up, then back, and down. Nice, easy circles. Forward, up, back, and down. Forward, up, back, and down. Awesome. How'd you like that? All right, so let's do our cool down exercises. So lightly punch or slap inside of the arm and outside of the arm. Inside of the other arm and outside of the arm. Onto the tailbone. Lightly punch or slap your tailbone. This is good for your prostate. It's also very good for circulating your spinal fluid. And then the legs. Tighten up all the muscles in the body and relax. Tighten up the muscles and relax. One more time, tighten up the muscles and relax. And then we'll lastly gather chi. Big deep belly breath in and long slow breath out. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. All right, so Jen comes in next when she's not in the boss's office schmoozing her. She'll be here teaching in 10 minutes. All right. I will be back tomorrow. I teach at 11. We teach for the full hour, and I teach meditation right at the end of that. Also, good news. Have anybody looked at the temperatures for next week? Highs in the 70s. Yeah. How's that for the way to bow out of August, right? So, right hand, fist, power. Left hand, fingers together, friendship, tucking the thumb, humility, fist into the palm. Good job. All right. Enjoy the rest of your day. I'll see you tomorrow or next Thursday. Namaste.